Okay, hello dear go-getters, I just hope you are doing well. So in this video guys, I will be doing a factorization, revising you a factorization, and a key thing that you should understand, you should know all the type of factorization there. So we got what we call common factor. You only apply this thing all the time. Actually this one, you apply it, but you apply it if you got more than two terms. Common factor. Then you also got what you call difference of two squares. This one you apply it only if you got two terms there, and if you are able to take the square root there. And also we got what we call trinomials. This one you only apply it if you got three terms. If you got three terms, that's where you can apply trinomials. And all of these one guys, take note that you start them on grade 9 until grade 12. All these one. But on grade 10 you will be starting to doing a difference of sum of cubes there, which is this one you only apply it if you got two terms, and this one you only apply it guys if you are able to take the cube root there. And also we got what we call grouping. A grouping guys, you apply it if you got 4 or 6 terms. If you have 4 or 6 terms, you will do a grouping there, something like this. Here we got 4 terms, 1 2 3 4, meaning that I can group this one together, I can group those one together. I take the common factor for this one, which is A. Even here I take the common factor, which is F there. You take the common factor so that you will still have a common factor there. Then you take that common factor out, this is what you will have. So difference of sum of cubes and grouping, you start to do them on grade 10 until grade 12. But for you it's better to know all of them from number 1 until number 5. We've got 5 types of factorizing there. Imagine yourself you come across question like this in a test. What will you do there? So this thing is a straightforward thing there guys. All the time when you factorize, you start by looking for a common factor there. If you can notice here, for the base we don't have a common factor, but for the numbers a common factor there is 3. We'll take that number because we are able to divide by 3 both terms there, because here we can divide by 3, which is there we'll get what? We'll get 9 there. So this is how guys you will take that common factor there. You will say this, then you divide that by 3, which is 3, it's your common factor. So if you divide by 3 divided by 3 guys, you will get 1 there. You can even use a calculator there. 3 divided by 3, so there you will get what? You will get 1. Then you can now say minus, then 27 divided by 3, we already know that one it's what? It's 9. Then close bracket there. So this one is your first step, by the way. And a key thing guys, here they say factorize completely, meaning when they say factorize completely, you will check inside the brackets there. Are you still able to factorize there inside the bracket? Inside here we got a what? Difference of two squares there. Because this thing there we got negative, and here we are able to take the square root. Even here we are able to take the square root of 9, and we are able to have the exponent there. So if you are able to have the exponent and you are able to take the square root, it means here you can apply difference of two squares. That 3 guys, it won't be affected. You will put that 3 here, then do 2 brackets, 1 and 2 there. Do 2 brackets, meaning that will take the square root of 1. The square root of 1 there, if you can use a calculator, square root of 1 still 1 there, meaning here you write 1 and 1 here. And now you can take the square root of this thing there, square root of this, meaning that when I take the square root of 9, take the square root of 9 there, I'll get 3 there. So it simply says that it will be 3a, and here it's 3a. Then for the base there, what I did, I have the exponent. When you have the exponent, they will get invisible 1 there. Then you can say here, you can say plus. Here you can say plus or minus there. Plus and minus there. So this one, it will be your final answer. This is how you factorize completely. You check inside the brackets that are you still able to factorize, meaning that thing is a difference of two squares. Then you apply it like that there. So now let me go to the next question there. let me start with this one there, this, before I come here. Let me start with this one. So for this question, guys, if you can notice inside these brackets here we got what you call difference of two squares, whereby you are able to have the exponent and there you are able to take the square root of that number. So it simply says that here you can say open, and close. So all these things, guys, you didn't affect it. So it means you write the way it is, that thing you didn't affect, you write the way it is. So here I can take the square root of this thing there, and at the same time I can take the square root of this. So if I can take the square root of 4 using my calculator, square root of 4 there, I'll get 2. So this thing, it simply says that it will be 2x, it's 2x there. Then for x there, I will have the exponent. Then even as well as this one, I will have the exponent of a base, just like that. Do you see this thing? So then now what I will do there, I will put plus here and minus there. Plus and minus. Do you see? All the time you say plus and minus there. And now if you can notice something now, guys, this thing is also the same as that one. Those two things are what you call common factor, those one. Those one are the common factor. So it simply says that I can also divide by this thing. Here I can divide by 2x plus y. Even here I can divide by 2x plus y there. So all this thing there, it's my common factor. I'll say 2x plus y. So I'll say open brackets there. So it simply says that if I divide by this thing as a common factor, this will get cancelled with that one there. This is what will be left there. It's x minus y there. Do you see? And even this one, this will cancel. But now when these two things cancel there, we'll have invisible one here, meaning that it will be minus 1. Then you close the bracket. So meaning this one will be your final answer there. And this thing, the marks there, they will come from where? From factorizing difference of two squares and factorizing by taking a common factor. Meaning that thing they it might be 2 mark, I don't know. It will depend from a test there. It can be even 4 mark, meaning this thing it's 2 mark and 2 mark there. Meaning that all of that thing there, it's 4 mark there. So I hope, guys, this one you did understood that one. Then let me also do this one there. But if you come across something like this in a test today, so if we can notice all this thing inside this bracket there, that thing we can factorize that one. This is what you call trinomials. Because if we can start by looking at common factor, there is no common factor here. We only got 2x there. We don't have another x, so we don't have a common factor here. And difference of two squares you can't apply here. Difference of two squares you only apply it if you got 2 terms. So here we got 3 terms. It means this thing is a trinomial. So meaning that I will say open, and close. This I didn't affect it. So it means there I got that x now, which is here. Meaning that thing it's x2 there. It's x2. So what I will do there, I will find the factors of this. When I add or subtract, they should give me a middle term. And the factors of 1, guys, we only got it's 1 times 1 there. Those are the only factors that we have there. Meaning that it's 1 and 1 there. You'll put those factors here there. Do you see? Then you say bigger factor, take the sign of a middle term. And here we don't have a bigger factor. We can put that sign here as a middle term there. So this thing there, it's positive. It means both of them that they will be positive there. This, it simply says that here, these two things, guys, are the same, those two things. What you can do, you can even write them like this. Here you will have 2 there. You will have 2, and this one is minus 2. And most of the learners, they don't recognize this thing. Here we got difference of two squares there. Because if you can notice this thing there, it is in this form there, whereby your A there, it is all of this thing there. Then your B there, it is this one there. And here we got negative there. And here we can have those exponents, meaning that you can apply difference of two squares. So for you to apply difference of two squares, you can take a square root of all of this thing, 1 plus x 2, and take the square root of that one there, meaning here it's 2, meaning here you can say open and close, open and close. So when you take the square root of this thing, guys, there you will have the exponent there. Even here you will have the exponent there. When you have the exponent of 2, it will be invisible 1 there. Even here it will be invisible 1. Then when you take the square root of this one, it will just be that the invisible 1. Then you can say here plus or minus. Do you see? And if you want to, you can leave your answer like this there. If you want to, or if you want to leave your answer, you can even leave your answer in this form of saying here, this is what you have there. Let me just write this thing like this, which is 1 plus x minus n. So this thing there, you can remove those brackets, just leave your answer in this form, plus y plus x minus that. So it's up to you which method do you prefer there, but it won't be wrong if you can leave your answer like this, but those brackets, they are unnecessary for you to put this one. You can remove them, those ones. Just leave your answer like this. So let me also show you this one. So all the time, guys, when you factorize, you start by looking for a common factor. So for this question there, if you can notice that a common factor there, it's 7 there. Because you are able to divide by 7 here, you are able to divide by 7 here, even there. So it means that I can take 7 there as a common factor, like this there. You can divide that by the common factor, then meaning that one it's a common factor. This will cancel there, you'll only left with this, and this will cancel there, you'll only left with this. Here when you take when you divide it, you can just say 70. That divided by 7, here you'll get 110. So it means they took that negative 110 then. Do you see? So now what you can do now, since here we got invisible 1, you can say open and close, open and close. Here it's 7 there. Then you look for the factors of 110 there. You look for the factors of 110. This is how you look those factors there. This is how you do. You say 110 there, divide by 1. So it means that 110 and 1, it's 1 and 10. And here divide by 2. So it means that it's 2 and 55. Then divide that by what? By 3. So it means 3 there, it's not a factor, because there we get a fraction which is also a decimal there. Then try 4. Also 4, it's not a factor. What about 5? Meaning that we can take 5 and this. Then what about 6? So 6, it's not a common factor. 7, it's not a common factor. 8, it's not a common factor. 9, it's not a common factor. What about 10? So it's 10 and 11. So now, in this case, now these are the factors that you have. All these are the factors that you have. All those are the factors that you have. We got how many factors? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we got 4 factors. So between these factors, which factor when you add or subtract, they should give you what? A middle term. A factors that you add or subtract, they should give you 1, are only this one, guys. If you can even use your calculator there, say 10 minus there. When you minus them, those one, they will give us what? They will give us that one there. That one. So it means now, these are the good factors that you will take. So all these are not the factors there. So this is what you will do there. Here we got A2, meaning that it's A2. We got A2 there. Then you take those factors, you put them here. Then you say bigger factor, take the sign of a middle term. There. Then when you say negative, they will have different sign there. Then this one is your final answer there. Because inside the brackets, there is nothing that you can do there. Here you cannot take the square root of this. And you cannot have the exponent invisible 1 there. Just leave your answer like this there. I hope that one there you got it. Even as well as this one.